Hello, we're going to look at how to deal with a plant called Nepeta, also known as catmint. The most popular one is a variety called Six Hills Giant, and if you look at it closely you will see the remains of this year's flowers, and that's the flower stalk, and it's starting to go a bit fatty, but if you look closer you'll see there's new growth from the base. Now there's a few different ways you can do it. One is the lazy man's way, this here. If you have a lot, this might be all you can do. That's the lazy man's way. And that will go through the winter like that. Second way is to take every one of the old stems out of the base. And you'll notice a big difference when I do that. Nice and therapeutic, but it wouldn't really work if you had 100. If you had 100 catmint plants, it wouldn't really work. Now another way around that, there is a way around that. This is early September. Just as the plant finished flowering in July, you could cut it to the ground. Just beginning of July, and it would have all July and August to go to grow back again. But you need good nares for that. You need nares of steel. People don't like when their plants are looking even half good in the garden. People are very reticent to cut them back and leave a big gap, so they tend to leave them for as long as possible. So this is a sort of a compromise. Now look what we have. See, that's it there. Nice fresh foliage. And once again, this was one I did about 2 weeks ago. You can see the difference. I put a bit of fertilizer in because it's in a pot. You wouldn't need to do that in the ground because there's enough probably feed in the ground, but you can see, and that will just go nicely through the winter. And if that's catmint done. Now we're going to continue on from catmint onto lavender. Now they're both members of the same family, the labiate family that generally likes being in sunny Mediterranean type conditions. And a lot of how you will identify them, they generally tend to have square stems, not round stems but square stems. Now there's two types of lavenders. Now there's actually more than two types of lavenders, but the two common types of lavenders in the trade are the English lavender, which I don't even think comes from England, and the French lavender. And the French lavender has much showier flowers, has this ruff on the top, but it's not as hardy as the English, and it is not as scented. Definitely not scented. Now we don't have smell-o-vision, so you can't tell, but I can tell that the English one has got more scent. But we're going to have a look at what you can do at this time of the year, or maybe a bit earlier. Sometimes, particularly with French lavenders, they flower for a very long time if you deadhead, and we're going to just do it here now, because if you look closely, that's the flower, they're the current flowers, and look at all the new ones coming here. So what we'll do is we'll just remove a few of the older ones, and it's probably a better example here. Now maybe this, well, let me see this one here. You can see they're getting very tired looking. And if you remove them in time, you'll get extra flowers. Now obviously you can't do that if you have 50 or 100 lavenders, but if you just have a few lavenders in your place, it's well worth the trouble. Now as I say, for large scale planting, use English lavenders if you want to use a lot of lavender, if you want to have a lavender garden. And French lavenders are more delicate and they should be used with more caution, but they are, I have to say, they are beautiful.